Alright guys, so here I have my 1982 Toyota Starlet. I was thinking maybe make some blogs about the process of installing this rear mount radiator. Right now I'm making this bracket. That way I can remove it very easy. I will be cutting like here. This metal bracket I welded here across. So I'm going to be cutting it here. So to save on the weight, I'm going to be using this aluminum piece to support the radiator. And then I'm going to weld this other bracket I'm currently making on the radiator body. And then I'm also going to drill a hole here into this bracket so I can put a bolt through there to hold the radiator in place. Same goes for over there, but I'm going to make it longer like that. And then that's what I'm going to be doing here soon. And then the heat is going to be pulled down. My fuel cell is going to go right here. So I'm going to have to make like a bracket to keep all that heat channeling into my fuel cell. And then I'm going to place heat shield as well. And then I'll be making kind of like a cage for the fuel cell. The material I'm going to use for the cage is going to be 1 inch. So it kind of looks like this. So it'll look like this, but what I'm going to use is thicker. It's going to be like a 120 wall and 1 inch square. I'm choosing to go this route because I think it's going to look cool. And it's just going to function better. Yeah, so that's that. Right now I'm going to work on finishing this radiator, rear mount radiator setup. And then, yeah, so like if you guys don't follow me on Instagram or TikTok, you can always just watch the videos on TikTok and my Instagram and Facebook. You could find me under the same name, Rufino Lara. And I'll probably put that down in the description if you guys want to, I guess, see the process of the build of the car. For those that are not following yet and don't know what this is a 1982 Toyota Starlet, and this was my college car I was like 19. I got it for $300 off my aunt. She was selling it. And I didn't know what I was buying at the time. I just needed a car to drive around because I took my Toyota pickup truck off-roading and broke the rear axle. So I needed a car to get around. I always told myself that I would never buy a four-door car or a front-wheel drive car. So this kind of met all the things I wanted to do or get. This was a rear-wheel drive, the stick shift, and two-door. So, but yeah, it was just lacking in power, so I wanted to do an engine swap. And I really like the sound of a V8, like a cam to V8. This is not cammed yet, maybe down the road. And then that kind of spiraled into what I have going on right now. So, I got the 6-piston Corvette CO6 brakes. And in the back, I got the 4-piston. CO6 brakes. It's sitting on a 1984 C4 Corvette rear suspension or axle. That's my custom suspension. And then the front is also a C4 Corvette A-arms, lower A-arm, and spindle. And then it just has a bunch of modifications. Same goes for the back to be able to convert to a CO6 Corvette. Yeah. And then the engine is off of a Camaro SS LS1 5.7 liter. And then everything I pretty much just make in my garage. But yeah, anyway, back to the radiator. The way I'm going to be cooling it down, I'll be placing these duct teardrop, these brackets. Well, almost dropped it. And then that will channel air through this plexiglass that I'm going to be installing. Yeah, so channel air to the radiator. And then I might put some scoops here or something, maybe cool down the rear disc brakes perhaps. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and make those brackets, and then I'll show you guys what that looks like. Here are the two pieces that I was gonna cut so I could weld on the side of the radiator. So I'm gonna set this one there, and then so see, this is literally just a piece of metal or aluminum. So I'm gonna see, so that goes in place like that, and then I will be welding it to the radiator like that. And then this side will go over here just like that. Weld that too. And then I might make a little bracket just so I can close this piece up, just so it looks more complete, but I'm not quite sure yet. I mean, I have to, because like I'm going to enclose a lot of this area, so you really won't be able to see that, but I will consider it. Yeah, so I mean, it's just pretty basic stuff, and just like the way I cut this piece and welding it right there, it's pretty basic stuff. And you know, if you know how to measure and just cut, you do have to learn how to weld. I mean, I'm not the greatest at welding, but yeah, it's pretty basic stuff. You just require some tools, you know, some grinders and sanders, and then obviously some welders. I'm not a professional by any means. I just like to work on cars. I'm just like you. I like cars, and I just kind of learned. But yeah, it's not too bad. If I could do it, you could do it. Maybe. I think you got this. But see, just very basic stuff. But then when it's all complete, it looks pretty cool. Yeah, so the radiator, the way I will be able to bleed the radiator, this is gonna go to a hose. And I'm gonna have some sort of here, let me grab it. Well, I couldn't find it, but you guys will be able to see if you follow along. My fill port would be up here, much higher than my engine out front. So that's how I'll be able to get the air out of the system. And then I will have my overflow somewhere here. Yeah, so everything will be above the rear radiator setup and the engine, so I'll be able to get all the air out. And yeah, I'm gonna continue with the brackets. Alright, so here it is. You can't really tell the super bad welding. But I mean, I'll know that it's there. But yeah, that bracket's gonna be, I'm gonna drill a hole through there and then weld a nut on this side, so I could just put a bolt through it on this side and that side. Same goes for this side. See, so the welds are actually like really tight. Nothing's like spilled over or anything at all. But they're not the greatest welds. But yeah, this thing should be like, it doesn't move at all, and it's not even bolted down yet. Like, it's super solid. There's literally zero play. Look at that. Barely. Like, nothing. And then this goes over here. This is, I need to get a different fitting for this side. And these are -16. See how that one, I think this is like a 150-degree bend. I need a 180, so it could go straight down. And here's a 90. So I'm gonna have -16, the feed and return. There we go. I still need to build kind of like a housing structure, so I can put like circular 3-inch inlets, kind of like here, and then another one over here. And then we're gonna channel, or I'm gonna channel air through the side windows to cool down the radiator. Yeah, so I'm gonna channel. There's no we. But yeah, that's how it'll roughly look. And then the radiator fans are like tucked under there. There's probably like a 1/4 of an inch down there, and then it'll pull the hot air straight to the bottom. And then under here I might have a diffuser. But yeah, so that is how the brackets look like. Now I just gotta drill holes, like 4 holes, one there, here, and here. And the radiator is practically completely mounted. Alright guys, bye.